Hello everybody, this is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com, and as you can see I have quite a mess here, and that's because I am going to make a fun gift tag to go on a basket for a friend, and I am just going to kind of play with it and see what happens. So the first thing I did is I went to Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More, and I took a piece of vintage cardstock. And I cut this at 6 inches, and this is actually a shadow feature because I was going to do a different layer, but the paper I wanted, it was a 6x6 piece of paper and it didn't quite fit. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to do one layer, and then that's when I decided to start adding all of this stuff. So I cut this at 6 inches. Now I'm going to take my distress ink from my Antique Linen Distress Ink, and I am going to start by inking around the edges. Just kind of giving it that distressed look here. I'll tell you, it's really late, and I should be in bed because I am getting ready to start a very long work weekend, but I wanted to get this project done because the shower for this person that's going to be receiving this tag is on Saturday. Okay, so there we've inked around the edges with the antique linen, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this heart stamp that you've seen and that you know that I love, and this is from the Tim Holtz Heartfelt collection, and I'm also going to ink that up with the antique linen, and I'm going to stamp it a few times on this card just to kind of give it a little bit of dimension kind of in the background. Isn't that pretty? Oh, even with, I like it even just like that. So we'll just stamp it maybe down here. This one may not even end up showing by the time I'm done with the tag, but that's okay if it doesn't. Probably some of it will peek out from there. Let me just clean up my stamp real quick. And then I went in to the Cricut Craft Room and I found this apple, and this is actually on the Doodle Charms cartridge, and I cut that at, it's about 2.18 inches, and that's going to go on here. And then also using the tag feature, I cut this little tag, and this is a 2-inch tag. And then what I did is I just found a piece of scrap green Tim Holtz paper, and I just taped it to the back, and then I just trimmed around the edges because it won't be seen anyway because it's going to go right there. See how it just kind of covers that up. And let's just see what happens if I distress the edges of this. It just kind of darkens it a little bit. I kind of like that. So we'll just distress around that. I've already distressed around the other apple, and I cut out the layers, and I have to admit I lost the stem, and I'll probably find it when I'm cleaning. But rather than pulling out the Cricut and starting over, I just traced from the negative space and did the stem. So let's just kind of play with this and see what we're going to do. I have this paper here. This is from the Lost and Found 2 collection from the Blush from My Mind's Eye, and this is from the 6x6 pad. And I just ripped it, and if you rip towards you like this, then the white core will kind of come through. And this is actually a 2-sided paper, but I just wanted to use the one side. Actually, let me just rip a little bit more just to see. We may decide I want a little bit more of that. Only maybe want to use the other side. So let me just distress it because I want to play with the layers before I just start putting them all down. So I'll get that distress. Sorry, I think I'm going off camera here. Just to kind of let that blend. As I may just kind of throw that up there. We'll see. And then I thought this one would probably go down here. Something about like that. And then I thought this, I found this little tiny scrap of lace in my stash. And I thought I might just kind of let that go like so. And then my apple down here, and then my other apple up here, and I may pop that up for some dimension. We'll just have to see. You can just barely see that popping out. I think I kind of like that, so let's just start unlayering it so we can relayer it. Now I'm going to use just my little Tombow adhesive here for this one. Helps if you open it. Have my glue gun getting hot because I think that'll be the best way to take care of the lace. I'm going to just bring this completely off the edge here. I may go back and rip that off. I probably will, but for now we're going to leave it just like that, and I think that's going to go like that. So I guess I did end up covering up that lower heart, but that's okay. You never know, and if you cover it, no harm, no foul, and if you don't cover it, it's where you wanted it anyway. Let's see, I think I want to do this kind of hanging off down here because I don't want to completely lose my heart. There we go. And then let's go ahead and go with the lace next because I think I want the apple over the top. And I will trim the lace off after I get it laid down because I want to be able to see what I'm doing here. Make sure I've got a good, I don't want to waste it because, you know, there might be enough here for another tag sometime, but on the other hand, I want to be sure that I have it covered well. There we go. Whew, little bit hot there. Love hot glue. Haven't really used it much in as a crafting medium lately. I used to use it all the time, and it's kind of one of those things I've kind of decided maybe I'll start using a little bit more on cards and things. And this mat is the Ranger mat, and it is wonderful because you can actually put glue down right on it and it doesn't hurt anything. So that just kind of trims off there. And then I have a little scrap I can use for something later. Okay. We'll wait to take that off until we decide what we're doing. Now, this is going to go right down here, I think. And the reason the apple is, the person that I'm giving this to that's getting married is actually going to be doing her kitchen in apples. And the gift that I bought is apple. I bought her a colander and then I bought her a towel that had apples too. So I'm just trying to think how I want to adhere that. Maybe I'll just go ahead and hot glue this down too. It's not going to hurt anything. Oh, looks like I'm going to need some more glue. And I'm about done with this part. And let's just put that down right about that, and I'll just hold it down for just a minute there. Just like so. It's really starting to come together. Just kind of a hodgepodge there. And that's just kind of hanging off. I think I don't really like this so far off, so I think I'm going to just rip that off a little bit up there. Kind of take that like that. There we go. That looks better. Now I pulled two different kinds of ribbon here to decide which one I wanted. These are from 3 Girl Jam. I've got the Merlot here, and then on this one I can't remember what color that is, and I was trying to decide which one I wanted, and they both match. Let's just pull out the Merlot. Maybe I should do both of them. Or, you know what else I could do? I could take this and kind of put that there with my tiny attacher. And then I'm going to come up here, kind of cover up my holes, but this is such a soft ribbon that sometimes it's kind of, it doesn't do great for bookmarks and those kind of things, because it is such a soft, and it just kind of flops out. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's run this through like so. and tie a bow like that. There we go. Now I know that gets lost in there, but I think it's going to be okay if I go ahead and fold that. Let's see, I had a scrap. It's going to come off, or it could just kind of gather. This is what you call creative mind working. There we go. That's pretty. Let me grab my tiny attacher. Just leave that there. Not pulled out my tiny attacher in quite a while and it's buried. So I'm going to take this one off actually, and I'll put it back, but that way I can attach this part with the tiny attacher first. Nope, that won't work. Bear with me. I'm gonna just have to put this on first. I'm just going to play with it for a minute and I'll be back to show you what. Okay, so I'm back and I finally decided what I was going to do, and it wasn't using any of the ribbons I had pulled out. So let me show you what I ended up doing. First of all, I found this sticker, embossed sticker from Susan Wingate from K & Company that I had, and there was one here that said promise and another one that said together. So I used those on my tag, and then I found this nice and narrow ribbon from Offray that I've had for a long time, and I use that instead. So here's what the tag looks like. I put that on the top, and then this is the promise, because I just felt like this area wasn't balanced, so you can still see the heart coming through, and then this is together. And then what I went ahead to do is I took the Merlot ribbon and put it on my package. So I'm going to, for now, we'll just pull that Merlot through so that the tag can hang. Hopefully I can fit it through. I just didn't care for the way that it was all coming together before. And actually, maybe what I'll do instead is just tie that Merlot in a nice bow, or just let it hang there, and then grab some twine. Got some pea pod twine from the Twinery, which is a color that I have used much of, but this way when she goes to open it, all she has to do is pull that off instead of messing with the bow on the tag. Whoops, put it right through. I'll just tie that around the back a bit. She's going to have fun trying to untie all this packaging here. Just such a tiny piece of twine. She can probably cut that and it'll be fine, but then that way she can save the better ribbon. The girl that's getting this is also a card maker and a scrapbooker, more than a card maker, but she does make cards too. And then she can have that nice Merlot ribbon for cards in the future if she wishes. Okay, so there we have it, our finished project. Let me scan out a little bit. See if we can show it to you a little bit better. There we go. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.